What's up everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Caleb and today we are going to be doing a video about my pickups for the first half of 2023. So I was thinking about whether or not I wanted to do this list in order of acquisition or by kind of genre and style of pickup, and I think that's how I'm going to end up doing it. So we're going to start off with the feet and kind of move up from there on all the different things I picked up, and then we'll finish off with one or two quick accessories. My first pickup for the year was these Shell Cordovan Indy boots I got for myself from the Alden store in Manhattan. I like these, I wear these pretty often. Outside of a few of my issues, like I said in my previous video with kind of the quality control, I find these to be very comfortable and I've been wearing these a lot. I do kind of want to get another pair, to be honest, just because of how comfortable they are. Maybe in just regular black calf leather, although I'm not entirely sure of whether or not I really want to pay the money for these, especially when you think of the amount of money you spend to get a pair of these. I could easily go and get a pair of like Whites or Nicks or something like that instead, which is a brand that I've been wanting to try. The next pickup is going to be this pair of Tecovas cowboy boots. You can see here that these are in an ostrich skin down on the toe. This is a smooth ostrich. You can see a little bit of the quill. You can see a little bit of the quills here on the sides and on the top. I was wearing these pretty often, and then they started to kind of hurt my feet. You can see how pointed the toes are, and obviously cowboy boots are not known for having the most comfortable or ergonomic fit. And so because of that, I think that kind of expecting them to not fit super comfortably, I ended up going slightly too small, and I kind of feel like my foot stands on the welt when I wear these, and I find that to be a little uncomfortable, so I haven't been wearing these a ton. Although I do really like the way they look. I think they're a great color. I think Tecovas makes a really good entry-level boot. I think you get a lot of bang for your buck for the price that they sell them for. And so that's these. Although I'm not a huge fan of the style, just aesthetically, of square toe cowboy boots necessarily, I'm definitely interested in looking into getting a square toe pair, just so that I can have a pair of cowboy boots that's a little bit more comfortable, that I can wear day to day and that isn't going to squish my toes and kind of bend my toes in. My next and most recent purchase, and also definitely recently my most worn purchase, is going to be this pair of the Gym Green Chelsea boots. I forget what this pair is called exactly. I want to say they might be called the Stockman, although I think that's the pair without the treads on the sole. So you can see here they have their own Gym Green kind of V100 style, although this is a unit sole, and then in this light nubucky kind of material with the green pull straps and all that. The biggest thing that got me to look for these was the fact that they were pull-on, and then also that they have this extremely ergonomic and foot-shaped toe box, which once I put them on, it was so comfortable, and as they've continued to break in, they have been extremely comfortable. This is definitely more a lower end entry-level boot, and I think this is a great option for anyone who's looking for a more affordable kind of slip-on, slip-off, super comfortable boot. I've really been liking these. So moving up from the feet, let's talk about pants. Going into the new year, pretty much the only pants I was wearing were my Black Sign Vocalion jeans, and those are considerably too large in the waist, and so I'd really been wanting to get something that fit me better in the waist and was easier to wear, and I didn't have to kind of cinch in with a belt. They still technically fit with the belt, but they ended up causing some kind of like creasing and folding, especially in the butt area, that I didn't like. And so the first pair of jeans that actually, or the first pair of pants that actually fit me that I bought this year was this pair of Black Sign chinos. You can see I switched from only Black Sign jeans to Black Sign jeans and a pair of chinos, and I really like these. This is a great pair of chinos. When I first got them, they were kind of shiny looking. You can see in some of my Instagram posts that I wore them literally the day I got them, when I took pictures with Albert from Upstate Guy Style. And so because of that, I was kind of weirded out when I saw those photos, but now that I've worn them and I've washed them, a lot of that has faded and they look a lot more normal. They have some cool green contrast stitching. Generally I wear these whenever I feel the need to dress up a tiny bit. I feel like I want to look a little bit nicer. The next pair of jeans I got, which I had talked about already in my previous Capital video, is going to be this pair of number 9 mud dyed in the monkey Cisco fit of the Century denim jeans. Sorry, that was a really weird way to say all of that. Now that I've done a little bit more research, I actually found out that there is technically a wider fit that I guess they don't sell very often. I think it's called the TH cut. And so what these look like, obviously you guys saw these a lot more in depth in the last video. It does still bother me how slim they are. These definitely feel more like a slim straight, or like a straight with a taper. And I think they have an 8-inch leg opening, which is pretty slim. Even if it was just a little bit bigger, like a 9-inch or something, which is more what like the Wrangler Cowboy Cut or a lot of more regular classic straight jeans have, I think these would be a lot better of a fit. But honestly, I just love this fabric so much. I have a lot of fun when I wear it. Even though it's not the exact silhouette that I would prefer, I still enjoy wearing it a lot. I will say that since it's been so hot, I haven't been tucking in my shirts as much recently, and this little bit more contemporary of a fit does look good with an untucked shirt, which has kind of been beneficial. Since it's been so hot, I've been able to untuck my shirts and kind of like the way that looks. My next and most recent pickup, which nobody online has seen yet, and I actually haven't seen anybody post that they've got these or had these. This will probably be the first time that they've shown up in any depth on YouTube, is going to be the brand new Capital Frisco cut. These are in the Kakishibu persimmon dye, which is the same as my jacket that I went over in that Capital video, but these are brand new. I actually got these a few days after I filmed that video when I ordered them. I got like 3-day shipping from Japan, which was honestly crazy. So this, as you can see here, is the new pair, which is kind of wild with the line running right down the middle. These ones specifically are a wide fit boot cut. So these actually are these are very loose in my thigh, and then they go and flare out into a wider boot cut. You can see here on the butt, this is a very unique pair. They have a little snap here on the pocket, they don't have a yoke, and they have this totally different style patch. Another thing that's really interesting is they have these, almost remind me of the Western pockets that Mr. Freedom released on their Outlaw denim with the frog pockets. But you can see this strange pocket design, which looks really cool. Unfortunately though, it is almost impossible to put your phone into this front right pocket, which most people I know is where they put their phone, at least most guys. It is a total pain to put it there. But I got these a few days ago. This has been a really big, probably the next to those slimmer jeans, has also been a really big fit difference for me. One thing that's been strange is just getting used to wearing the Century denim jeans in a little bit louder of a fabric versus the all black. And then these are a little bit too long for me, so they've been bunching up and they look even wider than they are, and it makes them look even more flared than they are. There's actually a completely separate fit from these that is also called the Frisco, that is more of a bell-bottom flare fit, and this is more like a wide boot cut. In a weird way, it almost reminds me of like the boot cut jean from the early 2000s, but this does have a very high rise. It goes all the ways above my navel. So I think once I do get these cropped up, I think that they'll look a lot better and they'll look a little bit less silly. More just like maybe a loose fit, or more of a traditional like a stovepipe fit with a slight flare. These are really weird. I'll have to do a full in-depth review on these where I actually wear them and show you how they fit and all that kind of stuff. Maybe do a before and after I get them cropped to show you the difference. That would be interesting, I think. I definitely like these, and I'm still kind of figuring out how to wear them, but I've been just forcing myself to try them on with different stuff recently, and so far I've been liking them. Next up is going to be 3 different shirts that I bought. Recently I've been getting a little bit more into like a ranch wear, double RL, slightly more contemporary, like a cowboy style, versus the more traditional heritage Western style I was interested in previously. Although I have really been liking a little bit more of the contemporary cowboy look. And so because of that, I went ahead and bought myself some pearl snap shirts. These ones are all gonna be from Wrangler. They're not the best quality. They're questionably sourced, unfortunately, but I wanted to try out pearl snaps in a little bit more affordable of a price range before I went full out and went and bought some from a fancy brand, which I guess if you're gonna buy lower quality stuff, then that's probably the way to do it. But the first one here is gonna be this like a chambray style pearl snap from Wrangler. This is in a pretty wide, generously cut fit. You can see here like it has an unfinished hem down here. It's extremely wide and long. Once it's actually tucked in, it doesn't look very, it looks like it fits pretty well, and it's actually extremely comfortable because of how generous the fit is. You can move extremely well in it, and since this is a part of like the more Wrangler work, I believe. It's a lot more comfortable. The next one here is going to be this striped Wrangler shirt, and it's from the same fit as the other one pretty much, although this one has more of a finished hem. Both of these have the 3 pearl snaps on the sleeve down here, and these are both more of the more traditional fit. These are from a little bit of Wrangler's more regular line, and so because of that, they are made with cheaper materials. They're made with cotton, and they also have some polyester in them, which when you look, you can kind of see how stiff they look, especially when you see people at like a country bar or something. A lot of the shirts look a little cheap and plasticky and stiff, and that's because of the polyester. Although once you do wash them a few times, it definitely looks a little bit more natural. And this final one I got was this plaid pearl snap, and you can see this one is from, let me see, this one is from the Wrangler Retro line, which I guess is supposed to be a little bit higher quality, definitely more expensive. From what I've seen, these are all made out of 100% cotton, and they're supposed to have more of a vintage look. And so because of that, I actually really liked the pattern on this one. I thought it looked really nice. If you switched around the branding a little bit, this could honestly be a double RL shirt. And, you know, I think you could definitely trick some people, and I like this one a lot. I've probably been wearing this one the most, although it's been the least practical for the season since it's been so hot. So that does it for the shirts, and now we will do the one and only jacket that I've bought so far this year. That is going to be the Capital jacket. Of course, I already showed it to you guys. I bought it right at the beginning of the year when it was still cold and I needed a little bit more of a light to medium-y transition-y jacket. And now I have 2 jackets, and I haven't really had the need to buy another one because of how hot it's been. Although I am definitely interested in getting the ink-dyed Capital Westerner jacket. All right, so that does it for all of our main items, and now I'm going to throw in a couple hats that I bought, and then we'll show you 2 accessories, and then the video will be all over. So the first few hats I bought are going to be all of these hats here, these caps from Ebbetsfield Flannels. I bought them all in a fitted size. These are going to be a 7 5/8, and the reason I bought these was because, as you can see, when I grow up my hair long like this, it is super poofy and voluminous. And my hair is so thick and dense and voluminous that I cannot wear the same size hat when I have long hair versus when I have short hair. This one here in the red and maroon is a Loyola Marymount cap, which is a college in San Diego. This one here is an homage to Babe Ruth. You can see the pinstripe and the number 3 with the Yankee blue, and you can see the little Babe Ruth signature on the back. This one is probably my least favorite and my least worn. The pinstripe just makes it kind of hard to wear, and I don't know, I'm just not a big fan of the 3. And this final one, which I like a lot, is a Penn State hat. You can see it's monochrome back here, but it does say Penn State. And I like this old school Nittany Lion. My dad actually went to Penn State, and so this is pretty cool, kind of an homage to him, and it's also extremely wearable in that dark blue flannel. The next 2 hats are both going to be cowboy hats. This one I wore in an Instagram post I made, and I really like this one. It's a great shape for my head. I'll show you here. It's actually a very cheap and low priced and kind of low quality, but an interesting straw hat. It's a Cody Johnson collab with Resistol. He's a country artist. You can see here it has this brick crease, and then it has this, it's kind of a mixture of the lower angle hard turn from like a Cool Hand Luke crease that they put in that's been really popular recently, but it's not quite that wide, and kind of mixed with like the George Strait or the J crease, but then it's also not as high up as the George Strait crease is. And so I kind of like the medium crease on both the brim and up top here. All right, third to last purchase is going to be this beautiful, beautiful chocolate brown felt American Hat Company hat. Here's this, I'll show you all of it. I absolutely love this hat. I think it is so gorgeous. I think it looks amazing. This is going to be a little bit different of a crease and a little bit different of a crown shape than I had on the other hat. I was kind of moving forward with the idea that a more square look is a little bit better for my face, but I also really like the tall crowns. They're kind of trendy right now, especially like the rodeo cowboys all wear a lot of the taller crown. What's really popular is the Cool Hand Luke crease, and then the Cool Hand Luke brim, which is really, really wide. But like I had said, those aren't really things that look good on my face personally. And so because of that, I still wanted the American Hat Company hat, which is what's really popular right now, but I wanted it in a little bit different of a style. And so here, this crown shape with these little pinches on the sides and then this kind of medium shape looks a lot like a lot of different shapes, and that's kind of the intention of it. This is called a Minnick crown, and then this specific brim shape with the higher walls and the telescoping is called the George Strait, which is what I was talking about. And let me show you what it looks like on. I tend to really like the fit of this one. I do think I would like to get the sides brought down slightly, but besides that, I really like this. This is probably one of my favorite purchases of the whole year. I've started to really love cowboy hats, and it's been kind of a bummer that I couldn't wear the one I previously bought with that I gave the Montana crease in myself. And so because of that, I really wanted a new nice cowboy hat. I think it looks great. It goes with pretty much everything in my entire wardrobe, and so I've really had no issues wearing it yet. The only thing is that obviously since it's the middle of the summer, I kind of, it stays for nice dinners and nights out to the bar for now, and that's about the only time I get to wear it for now. Once it gets a little bit cooler, I can start throwing it into my rotation more and more, and hopefully I'll be wearing this every day once it gets cool enough. The final two pieces are going to be, first is this pair of sunglasses here. This is a pair of sunglasses from the company Electric. Sorry, they're kind of gross and worn. I haven't cleaned them, but in like this translucent pink color with the golden little metal supports throughout here. They have like a greenish gray, really, really light tint on them. You can see here, you can probably see my eyes pretty easily through them. And so these glasses represent a struggle that I went through for multiple years. Not only do I have big hair that makes things like hats hard for me to wear, but I also have a really big head. And this was one of the first pairs I was ever able to find that I didn't have to like size up in or go bigger in, and that I could just buy and put straight onto my face, which was amazing. And they don't fit me perfectly, but overall I think they look really good on my face. I finally found a pair of sunglasses that is wide enough for my face, which is so nice. This specific pair, the model is called the Crasher, and this specific exact colorway is a collaboration between Electric and Jason Momoa. They did this pink color, they did a purple color, and then separately they have a couple like a black and a tortoiseshell and all those normal colors. A translucent white as well, I really like that one. I think this is kind of the perfect pair for me. I'm definitely interested in getting one or two more pairs in the future, maybe not in a pink color, so that I can have a little bit more versatility with my sunglass options. The last and final pickup for me is not going to be a clothing pickup, but instead is going to be an accessory or another accessory, and this is the Bradley Mountain tote bag. You can see here that this is a relatively simple tote bag. It's just made out of waxed canvas. It has two bridle leather straps here, a little tag, a front pocket, and then it has this built-in kind of, this feels like those military surplus backpack straps from like Vietnam or Korea when you feel those, kind of like a cotton or a nylon, some type of webbing material. And this is the exact length to go perfectly along the bottom of the bag and kind of blend in, or if you want to throw it over your shoulder, you can do that. I've been wanting a bag to throw all my stuff into for a while, and I didn't want something that looked like a man purse or a fanny pack or something like that. And when I saw this bag, I thought this would be a great option, and it definitely has been. This thing is so giant, it's like a black hole. You can just kind of throw everything in here and everything fits. I keep phone chargers, my sunglasses, sunglass cleaner, anything I need in here. This bag is actually a pretty good price. It's only $100, I believe. I was able to get it for a little bit cheaper, but man, this is such a great bag. I love it. I've even used it for like short, like 1 or 2 day trips. I just throw everything like a couple changes of underwear and a spare shirt in here, and you just keep the same pair of pants for a weekend trip and you're good to go. I would definitely recommend this bag, especially if you're like me and you're not interested in looking like a 8th grader and wear a backpack around all the time. It's just a bit of a personal preference, I suppose. So this was my quick pickups video. Sorry if it was a bit sloppy. I kind of just wanted to get something out for you guys this week. And I figured with something like this, it might be a little bit more fun to kind of hear an organic, I figured for something like this, it might be a little bit more fun to have a more stream of consciousness or organic feeling versus like a review or a more conceptual video where it's more important for there to be a little bit more structure to it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.